Looks like both guys are ready. So we are going into our final game now. Heir of Carthage against Indypride. And I said it was going to come down to a third game. I said that Indypride was going to lose the second game. I was right. I'm quite happy with my prediction. Picked it out of nowhere, just seen Egypt and assumed they were going to win. So, we're on the third game. Last game of the day. Who are you going to take?
Well, Dogbert, if Egypt is going to lose, this would be the time for Egypt to lose. To make the difference for Indypride here. He played really well in both matches, I think. Especially in the first one. But I think he let his micro kind of slip a little bit in some places. We'll see how he plays with Rome now.
So would you like to introduce Indypride's army?
Of course. So Indypride has brought Rome today. He has brought a very heavy sword build. He's got 5 of these Praetorian guards. There they are. On his right flank, he's got some punching power. These gladiators, 71 attack on those guys. And he has given them a chevron. Well, some of them at least. They're going to be deadly on the flanks. 2 units of these Praetorian caps supporting his gladiators on the right. 2 more of those on the left. And then he has his auxiliary cavalry here. We're starting to see a lot more auxiliary cavalry and kind of mid-tier cavalry being used just because cav in general is more viable, which is amazing. There's his general, and finally, last but not least, his auxiliary African elephants units. He could have some more hidden units, but we'll see about that as the battle progresses.
Did you ever hear me try to say gladiator today? I kept saying gladiators and couldn't say it quite right. All right, we'll go after Heir of Carthage's army. I mean, he has a kind of similar army to he did last time. 2 polymetric cavalry, one. How many of these? He's got at least 2, 3, 4. No, he's got 3 4-axe pikemen. Another 2 polymetric cavalry on his right flank. Elephants on both wings, and in the centre made up of Royal Guard, and where he positions his general as he did there last time.
Interesting how he keeps his general in the fight there. But as you can see, it's safe to say that Heir of Carthage didn't really micro his general very well against Pontus there. You saw how his general was kind of getting shot, but he somehow still stayed in the fight. And that's that 70 morale for you. So it's a pretty good decision sometimes to put your general on an infantry unit.
He tanked it. I mean, Patchy just walked through a pike phalanx.
Yeah.
He said, "You can raise your pike as much as you want. I will come through it and cut you
it's
up."
Patchy, man. You just don't mess with Patchy. He just ends you. And I guess Patchy would be the guy with like would he be the guy with the banner, or would he be like one of the men?
No, like it was a lot easier to spot generals in the previous Total War title. I'm really having a hard time working out where he is. I guess he's in the centre, which you would expect.
Look at the helmets. Maybe the helmets will give it off. I don't know.
In the middle, maybe. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, back to the battle.
Yeah, sorry, we could get stuck up in the look of a Total War game for quite a while, but it generally leaves you missing the most important actions of the day.
So it seems both players are just lining up now, kind of thinking, all right, how am I going to go about at this? Because attacking any one of these armies from any angle is kind of going to be tough. It's going to be interesting to see how both players react. Heir of Carthage moving forward. Indypride trying to get onto his left flank there, sending some of the cav units, including his elephants, to the left. Some of the Taurian cav and the auxiliary cav. But his gladiators are getting awfully close to those elephants. Indypride, what are you doing? Thank you. There he goes. Pulls them back. Just in time. But those elephants are going to be very troublesome for Indypride to deal with. He has no spears. He has no shock cav. He has no skirmish.
And that's 2 units of elephants. That is not just 1.
Yeah. That's a lot of HP to kill, but it's going to be about how the elephants come in, what angle they come in from. And you can see here that Heir of Carthage is starting to refuse his right flank. He's keeping his center kind of focused towards the enemy's center, always trying to meet his opponent head on. And this is very good for Heir of Carthage, for Egypt, because right now the main core of his army is obviously pikes. And with pike units, you want your opponent to come at you head on. You want to kind of frustrate them, or maybe pincer them. And looks like Heir is trying to do that here. If you hold space, Dogbert, you can see the commands that the players are issuing. And
I've been hitting it every so often. I mean, how much damage if a Praetorians can get it? I mean, obviously, Heir of Carthage is backing off quite a bit here. If he gets caught in the rear as he retreats with Peeler in the rear, I mean, that must be a devastating. And it looks like he's trying to get in position to do it as well.
It's very dangerous for Heir of Carthage now. His left flank can't get too exposed. If his left flank is too far away from the elephants and from the infantry, those Ptolemaic cav can just get in there, do a very quick charge, and then Egypt can send one of its elephants to support. Even with the elephants there, if Heir of Carthage decides to send his elephants to the right flank right now, Indypride might be in trouble. Oh no. Dogbert, look at this. The elephants are being moved towards the Praetorian Guard blob. This could be match defining. Here they come. They're pushing their way through the phalanx.
I mean, the only thing that could ever even bring these elephants down is a load of Peeler in the face.
Oh my goodness, and they're gonna get charged. Those Praetorians are completely unprepared for that. Oh no, but it looks like he had the command order on another unit.
Oh my god, that is a huge amount of casualties. That is almost 2 units took out of the fight completely. Meanwhile, while this is going on, the left flank for the Egyptians is about to be charged, but an elephant's had to support it. And over on the right, the Ptolemaic cavalry, is it going to go in? I mean, they're both just staring at each other on the Egyptian right wing.
There's so much going on, but you can see that Indypride has gotten 2 charges on both flanks here. But look how the Praetorian cav doesn't really do a lot of damage on the charge. That's just not what they're there for. But they did catch that Ptolemaic cav without the Ptolemaic cav getting its charge. So now they're going to just eat them up.
And that's also a Praetorian Guard unit is now knee-deep into Patchy's Hellenic Guard, where his general is.
Oh no. Hitting it right from the side there. But Heir's going to support with more spears coming in from the side here. They're going to hit those... But look, see, the pikes are broken, Dogbert. Look at the command order on that Hellenic Royal Guard that's at the side of the Praetorian. They're just not engaging. Do you see that?
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. But I think the two bits here, which is important. Obviously, this is the critical part of the battle right here, and the generals are coming in support. But over here, the elephants are being engaged. The Egyptian cavalry is melting, but the Praetorian cavalry took no casualties, pretty much.
Those axemen are going to do absolutely nothing, Dogbert. Look at how fast those gladiators just wrapped up an elephant that was already pinned down. With 71 attack, you can go through 490 HP pretty quickly. Now they're going to completely destroy these axemen, and if Indypride wins the cav fight on the right flank and the left flank, which is what it's looking like, look at this. Oh, dude, I think they were hidden units. Were there hidden units? I don't know.
Don't believe so.
No,
hidden units.
And that auxiliary cav was just shifted to the other flank. That was my bad. But Indypride, free cav on his right flank.
Is pretty much winning everywhere he needs to be winning. Where the concentration of the Egyptians is there, he's not winning it, but he's holding it. Holding it long enough for when his cavalry is absolutely now on the loose and will be coming up behind Patchy and his guys very soon. And there's still an elephant unit on the field.
Yeah, there is. That elephant is going to do so much damage to those pikes if it charges in from the back. Here comes the first hammer and anvil charge from this auxiliary cavalry. But Heir is sending some of his thorax spikemen to try and intercept that. Is he going through the gap here? Oh, he's charging the rear of this Hellenic Royal Guard. Beautiful move here by Indypride. There's that hammer and anvil. And the elephant, look where the elephant is going. It's going right straight towards that pike unit. This is not good for you, Indypride.
Indypride is looking in deep trouble right now. Indypride is in commanding control right now.
Oh yeah, Indypride is doing very well overall. Heir of Carthage, he's lost his cav. His general, Patchy, still fighting, as he usually does, but I think there's just too much sword infantry for Indypride here to be able to pin these spikes down. And since he still has a lot of his gladiators left, this is looking like a tough fight for Heir right now.
I think it came down to the cavalry on his right flank. It literally didn't get a charge off and were charged in return by the Praetorian cavalry, which literally took no casualties from the fight afterwards. Mopped them up quite good.
100% accurate. He didn't get 4 of his Ptolemaic Cav, so that's like, what? Almost 4,000 talent down the drain. They didn't do anything in this battle. Yeah, they're still fighting now, but like...
The damage is done.
The damage has been done. And like, look, Heir of Carthage's pikes, a lot of them are still alive. If he used his Cav a little bit better, he might have been able to turn this around, but this battle is far from over. Because there's only 3 sword units on the field right now. There's still some pikes, and Patchy, the badass, is still alive.
The badass he is, but meanwhile, other Hellenic Royal Guard are being pinned down by heavy infantry and elephants.
Those elephants are just eating that Hellenic Royal Guard unit up. Oh, wow. The swords are starting to break for Indypride here. The gladiators are gone. Patchy has bossed it with 90 kills so far. The elephants are doing a lot of damage indeed, but there's a point where the elephants are just going to start to drop.
Which is around about now.
Yeah, that's what happens when your elephants get into the fight for a long time, and they lose their HP, and then just very close, like within like 20 seconds, you'll see that your elephant is starting to die. But I think Indypride there pulled them out just in the right time. If he kept them in there, maybe he would have lost 2 or 3 more elephants.
As you can see, obviously, Heir of Carthage is trying to get us around on the Praetorian cavalry in the middle, and gladiators are still alive. But as he does it, in comes Praetorian cavalry from every flank.
And these pikes are out of formation. Let's see if Patchy can sustain this attack. I don't think he will, Dogbert. It's Patchy versus Indypride's own general. Oh, man. What is Indypride doing to this Cav? Oh, pulling out. Another charge here.
And in come the elephants yet again.
Yep. Oh, man. Let's see, the elephants are still dying now. They're very low hit points at this stage, but...
They are going down very quickly. But it's the
Patchy
fight here with the cavalry.
Alive.
Oh, Patchy, don't die. I think we've
How
learned that.
does Patchy do it?
I think his number might be coming up soon, though. As soon as his Praetorian cavalry's finished off with that other unit. You can see he's starting to waver now.
Yeah, this battle is over.
Still a unit of Praetorian Guard. And there we go. Indypride takes it 2-1 over Heir of Carthage in a very closely fought game.
Indeed, that was a very close. I think this is my new favorite match in the tournament. Both of these players played very well, and I think if the pike bugs weren't such a big issue, as you saw, a lot of the pike units were just doing stupid things at stupid times. Heir might have come out better, but his cav management there, Dogbert, it was just...
Yeah, sorry, the cavalry management. If you look at his kills at the end of that, the 2 units that got caught completely out managed to contribute at most 3 kills and 4 kills each. That's just not worth it for a unit like that, which really should be... It should have, in a one-on-one engagement, which it was having, should have been able to trounce the Praetorian Guard. Or at least do a lot more damage.
Yeah. Exactly. You want to see with your Ptolemaic Cav, you want to get around 15 to 20 men dead with the charge against the Praetorian Cav, and then because he had elephants and because he had other support troops, he could flip the fight in his favor. But his Ptolemaic Cav were just stationary. They just got charged by the Praetorian Cav. That didn't do a lot of damage, the charge itself, but the grind, they just could not do the damage.
And with that, Heir of Carthage goes out of the tournament, and Indypride continues on again. He's had a good run for the tournament today, taking out Prince of Macedon and the Heir of Carthage. So,
Indeed.
It's been a good run for him.